Namaskaram, Swagatam, Suswagatam, Namaste, and a big hello to all Radiovani listeners worldwide. So, we meet again today for my second episode of the Spiritual Minutes, a portal to your universe. The topic today being is how to make your spiritual style statement. Before I move any further with what I need to say, I want you all to grab a pen and a notepad because I'm about to give you my contact details for any future questions you may have. So if you're ready, I would start with my WhatsApp number first. My country code, which is US, is +1 732 979 6156, and I repeat, it is +1 732 979 6156. I follow this with my email address, which is shrishtihealing@gmail.com, and I'll spell it out for you. This is shrishtihealing@gmail.com. I'll repeat it again. It is shrishtihealing, shrishtihealing@gmail.com. In case you have not been able to grab your pen on time, do not worry. I would be revisiting this data at the end of my podcast. It will help all of you in the future to raise any questions you may have of the present or any of the past podcasts that has been telecasted. Last episode was just a precedent set for us to understand spirituality, its core beliefs, myths, and some basic fundamentals reflecting on daily life and myths of which finding our connectedness. However, today I will focus on element, aura, and your spiritual style. So if you ask me, why is spiritual styling and elemental preferred coordinates important for a person's spiritual growth? To this, my answer would be yes, it is very essential for a person to adhere to their elemental coordinates as often as possible. It's a factor that contributes to the vaguely defined and but widely used the term X factor of person, which in my energy world is called the aura. Having a balanced and a composed aura decides for itself how you attract and what you attract. Aura, if analogically simplified, is like the confidence in oneself, the sparkle of the eyes, soul that reflects, and a deep-rooted self-esteem, void ego and hatred. As one of the greatest of a spiritual soul, Lord Buddha once stated, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine is what you create." So now imagine a normal scenario. The persona people have of you and the true you. What if you are two different people? In many cases, we are or have been there at some point or the other. There is a side of us that we love the most and are super comfortable in it. But on the external side, people don't see much flashiness in it or much flashiness about your personality in that form. And that seems to bother you to soul. And that's where we all go wrong, or probably went wrong. Your soul, my friends, is the most resilient, unbreakable, unshakable, invincible form. So, why would such trivial ideologies bother you to the soul? Thus, the play of elemental coordinates in spiritual styling is instrumental. It brings the confidence in how you carry yourself, and do not really wait for validation of how society looks at you. Because when you're comfortable, you're confident. And when you're confident, your aura talks for itself. You attract. Definitely, it is a head turning scenario that you create for yourself in a public appearance. As we move deeper into the subject, I would have left you with enough data to design your style by your specific element. Have you ever encountered a completely different version of yourself in various similar situations? Yes. Have you been more comfortable in a specific version or max 2? Definitely yes. Then somewhere you have already come closer to what your soul elemental force is. I'm sure we all have heard of elements of nature, the 5 great elements. Our system and us are comprising of the same elemental constitution. So let's start styling you, because this is exactly where we start from, elements. Again, I repeat, please grab a pen and a notepad. Now you will really need it. But in case you miss any part of it, do not hesitate to write to me. Would be more than happy to guide you through. To understand elements, we need to understand the flow of the glow of those elements, namely the space, air, fire, water, earth. Space again is bifurcated into 3 segments: thought, light, and ether. Although we will be just focusing on the 4 elements, that being air, water, fire, earth, in today's episode, my future episodes will have further and deeper explanations on all the other bifurcations of the elements based on your 7 chakras. For now, please know that when I say 7 chakras are the subtle energy wheel, like the vortices systems of a human body, interconnected to each other. Now, without going off the topic, let's start the style statement or statements we are about to make. I have tried my best to give maximum information in as concise way as possible. Constitutionally, we are all made up of 5 elements, but individually, we are segmented into predominant element groups based on our birth chart, dates, and zodiac. So let's start with the zodiac sign that starts and ends the calendar year, and will follow the chronological order of the months accordingly. We Capricorns. Yes, whenever I say we Capricorns, I instantly have a smile on my face because I happen to be apparently a Capricorn. And when I say we Capricorns, I include myself in it. So we Capricorns start and end the year. Capricorns date from December 22nd to January 19th. Element Earth. Aquarius dates from January 20th to Feb 20th. Element Air. Pisces date from Feb 20th to March 20th. Element Water. Aries date from March 21st to April 20th. Element Fire. Taurus date from April 21st to May 20th. Element Earth. Gemini date from May 21st to June 20th. Element Air. Cancer date from June 21st to July 22nd. Element Water. Leo date from July 23rd to August 22nd. Element Fire. Virgo date from August 23rd to September 22nd. Element Earth. Libra date from September 23rd to October 22nd. Element Air. Scorpio date from October 23rd to November 22nd, element water. Sagittarius date from November 23rd to December 21st, element fire. So, what I just listed above is a very broadly categorized and very widely used sun signs, zodiac based sun signs. Now, I also understand some of you and many of you rather come from zones where there are moon signs and they are calculated on the basis of confined data, that is, the person's date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth for accuracy. So, that being an astrological side of calculation, I'm sure many of you who have their moon signs also have the correlating sun signs. So, in order to correlate whatever is applicable to you today when you listen, we may be 12 zodiac signs but are eventually condensed to 4 categories of personality types, which is the 4 element. So let's list how the categorization is and which group we fall into. If you are a Capricornian, Taurian, and Virgos of the world, remember to stay rooted as your element is Earth. If you're an Aquarian, Geminis, and Librans of the world, you're all on cloud 9. I'm sorry, that was the best way I could think of. If you're an Aquarian, Geminis, and Librans of the world, you are on cloud 9. Basically, all of you are air elements. If you call yourselves as the Pisceans, Cancerians, and Scorpions of the world, flow your glow by being water. You are water elements. If you are the Arians, Lions, or the Leos, and the Sagittarians of the world, it's time you ignite the fire element in you. Your element is fire. As we move ahead, I will help you with the do's and the don'ts of the elemental styling. Try to remember your elements and pay attention at parts of the podcast focusing on your element. A reminder, grab a pen and a notebook. So let's start. We start with colors first. Have you ever felt sudden spike in your energy levels? Some days you're completely dull as a rainy day. Have you ever felt emotionally all charged up and happy some days, and other days as confused as confusion can ever be, or as lost and grey as it can be? It's normal. It's normal to feel that way, as generally we never focus on our element colors that work around us more efficiently and are many times very innocent to the coherent impacts of certain positively suiting colors meant for us. Keep in mind, there are variations and different school of thoughts when it comes to colors. Some are based theologically beliefs and some have artistic depths. I'm catering to my spectrum, which is healing. Color therapy has psychological and emotional effects on sighted people at different facets of life. They have certain symbolism and spiritual connections, again, to our chakra system. So, color therapy has been very widely used for healing anxiety, depression, and many other ailments which can be reversed without medicines. Sometimes I have also heard cases where adhering to their elemental color has actually brought them out of things like insomnia and other health issues which they had no explanations for. So this is a time tested theory, and this is a very safe and a very effective therapy, not only for your personal wellness but also for having a lot of prosperity in your life, which which is a very, very magical effect of colors on anyone's life. So try to adhere to the colors that are correlated to your elements. It will definitely help you with no side effects. When we talk of earth elements, which comprises of zodiac signs like Capricorns, Taurus, and Virgo, we are looking at exponents of rooted and grounded personalities. And the colors that are most effective on them are associated to their element, and that being primarily brown and green. Nevertheless, they perform very well with sky colors like occasional red of the sun too and the cloudy grays. They also react better to any earthy colors like olives and light greens and even some level of browns, but more earthy. They do very good with elemental values of wood. Having this idea about colors helps you really decide the importance of the moment and actually really try some relevant and favorable color to your element. And it does not mean that I'm asking you to ramp up your entire wardrobe. I'm suggesting that instead of doing that, you can actually accessorize with complementing earthy colors, or sometimes even you can probably just have a scarf that color. It does not matter that if your wardrobe does not have all your element color, but there are many ways to integrate your element color. Sometimes black for earth element has also said to have an effect of placebo, and it has worked on me though. I do love black a lot. Now I don't know what effect it has on me, but black is not my element color, but I love it. The symbolism of these colors are as follows: brown, friendship, reliability, organic, and warmth. Green is growth, tranquility, health, and calmness. Red, love, energy, excitement. So, if you know earth element people, or if you are one of them, you may resonate to some or all the featured characteristic. Now, when we come to air elements are comprising of zodiac signs like Aquarians, Geminis, and Libras. We are talking about personalities, those of who possess innate virtue to knowledge. They are pillars of decisiveness and very impressive personalities. And the colors that are very suitable for them are associated to their element as primarily white and blue. Nevertheless, they perform very well with any other sky colors like yellow of the sun and the grey as the clouds. As we know, they rule the ether, space, and thought. On occasions of isolation or composition, they should try black or purple. It helps them to focus. Now, the symbolism of their colors are as follows: white is for purity, sense of space, blue is serenity, wisdom, loyalty, yellow is happiness, intensity, and anger, too. Yes, some air elements people do have anger in them. That is actually, if you notice air in the if you notice air in nature, and if you actually correlate the air element to the air element people, it is very justified for them to have anger, because sometimes air can really, really flow smoothly and you'll never know it exists around you. But sometimes they can really go wild. And that in human nature, most of the time, is it's a connotation of anger. Sometimes they have a negative aspect to it. But that is what helps them achieve what they want to achieve in their life: that fire, that anger. So I wouldn't say that it is always bad thing, but yes, the yellow is for their intensity, their happiness, their anger. The gray is the neutral and the practical side of the Geminis and the air element people. Purple is for their sophistication, spirituality, mystery, exotic. And I conveniently so relate to air elements featured characteristic here, as they are my family. Now, when we go to water elements, we include zodiac signs like Pisceans, Cancerians, and Scorpions. We are surrounded by most powerful element when it comes to water element. Yes, guys, you are the most powerful element. Just in case you are underplaying yourself in this life, please do not push yourself, because of the five elements, even in nature, water element is considered to be the most powerful. And thus, being a water element person, you are the most powerful personality. You like to remain anonymous and hidden many times, but are very articulate, very introspective, self contained, and self sufficient people. And the colors that are suitable for you is only blue. I'm sorry, but yes, blue and all shades of blue. If you're around it and if it is around you, you will definitely do great in life. But the good news is that you will also do very good with pastel colors. Any pastel colors mixed with blue or just pastel colors will definitely go very well with your element. The symbolism of these colors are as follows. Blue is for the serenity, wisdom, loyalty, and cold sometime. Yes, in certain situational characteristics, water element personalities are known to people as cold people. Sometimes the world gives very quickly, they give a negative connotation to an emotional exhibition of a person. Uh, Most likely, most of the water element people really end up minding their own business. So in that bargain, they actually end up giving the impression of being cold and emotionless. That is not true, but that is exactly why blue plays a role. Blue helps in expressing yourself better, and blue is the color correlating to cold. I mean, if you have to see glaciers, if you have to see ice, most of the time any company relating to refrigerators ice, they all have blue. It is the symbolic reason why blue is out there. So being so limited with the color doesn't mean that you have no much choice. You can always have great pastel colors, combinations of both in occasions, or your blue is always a very extraordinary color, and blue is versatile. So you have shades of blue that you can actually throw in there in your wardrobe, and you won't even realize that you're actually stuck only to one color. Blue undoubtedly will give you that head turning kind of an aura in any room you walk in. When we talk of fire elements, we include zodiac signs like Arians, Leos, and Sagittarius. With fire element personalities, we normally encounter passionate, creative, and authoritative personalities. The true prime colors for you are red and orange. Now, of course, for men, that becomes very limited. But let me tell you, you don't have to feel restricted with just two colors. You can practically wear any color of light and fire and complement a red stripe watch or a red temple or an orange temple in your eyewear, just a streak. Just integrate your element color in some way or the other in your styling, in your wardrobe, in what you wear, everything, in what you carry, everything, every day. It helps to have streak of your element color. If you're dressed up in your element color, nothing like it. But I understand with just red and orange, you can't be having there would be dress codes to your meetings and things like that, but you can always have an eyewear, or your glasses can always have something with orange, something with red, or your watch can have something with orange, something maybe, nowadays there are so many different kinds of watches with different kind of dials and color dials, and you can choose that way. There's a lot of variety out there to start styling yourself, and this will spiritually help you. It will just not make you stand out from the others, but it will also help you spiritually in many ways. You will sense a feeling of confidence, a self-esteem, which itself will add on to your aura. And again, repeat, aura is what and how you attract. So aura has to be balanced. Aura has to have that feeling of self-confidence, self-esteem, the glow, the sparkle around you when you walk into a room. And this actually applies to all the four elements. So whatever colors I have mentioned to you, whatever options I've mentioned to you, is not limiting you. It's not making you trying to make you scared, or going having a look at your wardrobe and, oh my god, I don't have the element colors that Millie just mentioned. That's not true. I mean, I don't have all my element colors, but I do try. I mean, if nothing at all, I would probably wear a watch that would have my element color, or I would wear earrings that would have my element color. But it has worked for me. Green, when I do meetings with something green, it really, really is a very, very effective meeting, and it is a positive outcome. The symbolism of your colors, though, fire elements, is red is for love, romance, energy, excitement, intensity, warmth, and gentle. Orange is for enthusiasm, wealth, prosperity, stimulation, sophistication, and happiness. After listening to your individual personality colors, many of you would have felt a little restricted, and many of you would already be in love with those colors. I hope the latter, though. Still, I want to state again, try to integrate your element colors as much as possible. Smallest accessories, a small stole around your neck for guys, watches, bracelets, shoes, eyewears. I know I'm repetitive, but I'm emphasizing that do not get disheartened after listening to this podcast. There is hope in every scope, and my idea here is to make you aware that some little changes in your life can actually make you move towards effectively towards your goals, and it will also be harmless. It does not, these things don't have any side effects. Plus, styling is always everyone's number one priority, because it matters how you walk into a room. It matters what your personality is showing, and because it is also very effective, because you attract that kind of attention you need during meetings, during important family gatherings, because you need to put a point across, you need to express, you need to do business, you need to express your emotion. Every time it is important to carry that aura for any effective outcomes. So now, before I wind up for the day, let me give you the specific crystals for your next selection of spiritual wares. I will cover more deep details on crystals along with each chakra in my next few episodes. But today I'll give you a fair idea about the crystals that you should look at based on your element. And because I have seen a lot of people wearing bracelets, wearing a lot of other spiritual things like a necklace, which are like chokers. They're called necklaces, but they have some kind of a evil eye or some kind of a spiritual bead, or something that is symbolic to their liking. But guess what, if you manage to buy something from somewhere, you should know what crystal you need to look at, and what is your element, and what you will do good with. It could be anything. It could be bracelet, necklace, yoga malas, or anything. Even better, try to buy from spiritual leaders, because they actually try to give you what is right for you. But not, if not, try to look for authentication of the crystals from the seller. It is very important, because out there in the market there are a lot of imitations, lot of plastic lookalikes of normal crystal beads, and you will not be able to distinguish that. It is very well done. So here are some of the crystals for earth element: moss agate, black tourmaline, onyx, jasper, and petrified wood. So for earth element, moss agates, black tourmaline, onyx, jasper, and petrified wood. For air elements, tiger eye, amazonite, any tiger's eye. Actually, tiger's eye come in almost four colors that I know of. First is the red tiger eye, second is the yellow tiger eye, then the green tiger eye, and the blue tiger eye. No, actually, I'm forgetting the yellow tiger eye and the fancy tiger eye. So there are altogether six tiger eyes that is available out there. That's just the way that crystal is formed in the earth surface at that point of time. So it has nothing to do with the metaphysical property of the tiger eye. It all works on transformation, it all works for strength. So air element does need a lot of strength, although when they are powerful, they will actually bring down anything which is much stronger to them. But still, strength is their key, so they always need it at all point of time, and tiger eye does that for them. So for air element, tiger eyes, amazonites, fluorides, amethyst, topaz, opal, mica, and lace agates. Any lace agates, it could be orange color, blue color, and white color. Basically, these are the three core colors. But nowadays, crystals are forming mysteriously in earth layers, and due to whatever climatic changes we are going through, geologists have found crystals which have never been known to human before, and we are still learning. As crystal healers, we are still learning those details. So again, I'll repeat: for air element, tiger's eye, amazonite, fluorite, amethyst, topaz, opal, mica, and lace agates. For water elements, pearls, aquamarines, moonstone, sodalite, and blue agate. So for water elements, pearls, aquamarine, moonstone, sodalite, and blue agate. Aquamarine is also known as the sailor's crystal. Aquamarine, you can achieve, actually, you can buy aquamarines from a good jeweler from your region. Normally, jewelers do have aquamarines. Aquamarines are, why it is called the sailor's stone, because it helps, especially it helps the lifestyle of a person who travels a lot. So if you travel a lot, aquamarine, and if you're an air element, water element, you are going to do good with aquamarine, definitely. So we come to fire. Fire element people. The first thing I'll put my finger on is the carnelians. Carnelians are the stability, and they are also reflecting to your color. So carnelians, fire agates, garnets, ruby, and red jasper. Mostly, most of your crystals have the red streak on it. So red jasper could have mixing of white and some parts of brown, which is the earth or the dust of the earth in the stone. So you would see red jasper, not pure red jasper. It would have streaks of brown and white, because sometimes the lime around it is also integrated in the formation of that crystal. So you will definitely see the red jasper not as completely red. It will, and it is the most authentic one when you see something with streaks periodically and as per standards. Anybody trying to sell you crystal without any formation inside, or if you see something very smooth, probably they're selling you glass. So in order to identify your crystal in the right way, you have to look for the earth. Earth is never smooth, it is never manufactured, it has that roughness in it, and you will look at your crystal and know that it is genuine. So again, for fire elements, carnelians, fire agates, garnet, ruby, and red jasper. Why is all this important? Because I will just give you one small brief before I go. Styling yourself around your element gives you the edge for better achievements. I can say you are what you eat, you are what you think, you are what you wear. And you are you, a statement. The only constant in the variables. Focus on your element, get noticed by your universe, and command your way to success and wellness. The next episode will focus on the essential oils and the chakras with a bit of a segment of elements. So, spiritual styling in a way will continue in my next episode with the essentials of the essential oil. Till then, goodbye, adios, and namaste. No, I haven't forgotten. I had promised that at the end of the podcast, I will give you my contact details once again. So I repeat, my number is +1 732 979 6156. WhatsApp me if you have any questions. Or you can write to me on my email address, that is shrishtihealing@gmail.com. I'll spell it out for you. It is SHRISTIHEALING Once again, SHRISTIHEALING@gmail.com. Namaste.